Welcome to Connecting the Community podcast. I am your host, Marge Andre. I will be connecting you to people, organizations, and events that create community. I am creating this podcast in Richmond Hill, an eclectic and very culturally diverse community with lots of trees and streams and interesting people, just up the hill from Toronto. On this podcast, I will be talking with Jennifer Lee. She's the artistic director of Chorus York. We will be talking about the upcoming February 9th fundraiser for Chorus York, and particularly about the music. Welcome, Jennifer.
Hello.
Hi, yes. I am so glad we found time to do this podcast. I'm really looking forward to talking to you.
Thank you for having me, Marge.
Yeah. Jennifer, I would like you to introduce yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a bit about the amazing musical experience you've had.
Mm-hmm.
And I am really interested to know how you got started in music.
All right. Well, first of all, as I don't know if everybody knows, but my name is Jennifer Lee, and I'm the artistic director of Chorus York. And as you have asked, a little bit about my musical background. Let's see. I started my musical training as a singer.
Mm.
And received both my undergraduate and graduate degrees in music in London, Ontario, and Rochester in the States, where I started with classical voice and music education. And then I went to a master's program and got my degrees in conducting and also studied a graduate program for vocal pedagogy. So I've been teaching voice and I'll be conducting mostly. Currently, I'm teaching full-time high school music in Markham,
Hmm.
in YDSB, and I have two choirs and one jazz choir. I teach students how to accompany piano for ensemble. I teach how to sing, how to play the piano, how to play the instruments. As I was thinking about the answer to this question, I'm counting my years of experience. It's hard to believe this is my 16th year of teaching.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's been that long
that's
already.
impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm also working as a music director at Yangnak Presbyterian Church of
Hmm.
Toronto, and also as an artistic director of two choral organizations based in Toronto. One, of course, you all know is the Chorus York, and the other one is called Yemel Philharmonic Society of Toronto of Music. It's a
Woo.
Korean Canadian community choir based in Toronto.
They all sound like very impressive things. I don't know how you keep everything straight. That is so impressive.
Yeah, and I have a 4 years old
Oh,
boy at home as well.
okay. Does he like to sing?
You know what? I'm not sure yet,
Okay.
but he packs a portable microphone in my backpack whenever I go to work. So he
Oh,
knows that I'm teaching voice and he knows I'm conducting.
okay. He knows what you're doing. Okay. I
Yeah.
hope he sings. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about Chorus York?
Chorus York. So Chorus York is mixed voice community choir based in Richmond Hill. This is my second season as an artistic director. It consists of 25 very committed and passionate choristers from Richmond Hill area. We sing a wide range of choral repertoire from classical to jazz to popular. Led by our passion for singing, we are aspiring to foster the growth of choral music in Richmond Hill through our season performances and educational offerings. So throughout the season, we have three concerts and many educational offerings and community outreach programs. So we sing at the retirement homes, in the library for the city of Richmond Hill, and we offer educational events such as sing along and yeah. things
Okay.
like that throughout the season. So we're very active and busy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Very active. Yeah.
Yes, and it's a perfect group for anyone looking for a musical challenge in a fun and positive and inclusive singing and learning environment. This is a perfect place to be. It's very welcoming. Singers are all very welcoming and so dedicated. They are friendly. It's a lot of fun, and I guarantee you, anyone who would love to come and join, I know you are going to enjoy being part of the ensemble.
Mm.
Uh, Rehearsals are held on Tuesday evenings from September to June, because that's the performance season at the Richmond Hill Presbyterian Church. We're starting rehearsal. We start at 7:30 and it goes until 9:30 every Tuesday night.
Okay.
And if you want to know more about it, you either email us or find more information on our website, www.chorusyork.ca.
Okay. I will certainly put that in the website. I think you've given a really good sales pitch for people to come and join you. So you talk about people who are passionate about singing and want to have a
Yeah.
good time.
Mhm.
Do they need to know how to read music really well? Are there certainly types of singers like tenors or altos or whatever?
You know what, ideal world, as a director, I can ask for more if I can have singers who can sight read perfectly. Uh, but I don't think the rehearsal will be as fun, because the fun part is learning to collaborate, learning to improve, learning to read, and learning to listen and sing together as ensemble.
Hmm.
So and our goal is to strengthen the choral community in Richmond Hill, and that means, of course, growing the number, both on stage performing and then also in the audience listening. So we want to expose everybody in the community either as a member or audience members, right? So for now, we're focusing on growing the number. We accept all voice types, soprano, alto, tenor, bass. And there's no official audition. But it is sort of expected that interested candidates have some sort of knowledge in music, being able to read a bit, because you will be reading 4 parts. You'll be reading a lot of music on a weekly basis. Um, and it would be nice to have some sort of musical experience, not just limited to singing. It can be any kinds of musical backgrounds. But we accept anybody who has passion to learn how to sing and committed to choral singing and would like to be part of the ensemble.
Okay. So you got 25 now. I hope I ask you next year and it's many more than that, but I still think 25 is a good
Yeah.
number that you had. It's more than I expected. So yeah,
Well, you know what? We actually grew quite a bit since last year too. So it's great.
very good. Yeah, I know many of the members in the choir, and I love listening to your music. So yeah.
You.
So let's talk about the February 9th fundraising concert,
Mhm.
Romantic Melodies. Read the description, and it says there are different genres of romantic music. And this had me thinking, what makes music romantic? And are there genres of music that would not be romantic? So can you explain that?
Okay, so we can basically categorize music into romantic based on the historical period in the music history.
Mhm.
In general, when we say romantic music, it refers to music that was written during 19th century, commonly known as the Romantic period. Some of the composers you might associate with romantic music would be composers like Chopin, and Liszt and Rachmaninoff, mainly for piano, Verdi, Bellini, and Tchaikovsky. But however, for this concert, our coming concert, Romantic Melodies, we're not really singing the romantic repertoire from the 19th century. In fact, I don't think we have anything
Hmm.
in the program that belongs to the historical period. But as you can guess from the poster and description of the concert and the date of the performance it's held, it really has nothing to do with the romantic historical period, but we'll be performing all sorts of romantic melodies, with the themes related to romance and love as we approach Valentine's Day. So yeah, we're basically celebrating Valentine's Day with some great romance music, now romantic music, poetries by the local poet Laura Edwing. And we do also have some special duets by our own choristers. Some of them have arranged music for the concerts. And of course, we have amazing guest artists, the Alt Sisters joining us. And there will be some romantic piano solos performed by our own very young and talented collaborator pianist, Hannah Malk. She's only second year music student at York University, and she has arranged one piece for this event for Course York. So yeah, it's a lot of different types of music, but it's not a romantic period music.
Okay, so I don't need a musical lesson about chords and such. That's not what you're going to tell me about. Okay. Uh, it sounds like it's going to be absolutely beautiful music there. Now,
Yes.
would you be divulging secrets if you name some of the pieces? And do you have a favorite one that will be performed?
Um, Well, this is a fundraising event, and we focus on bringing and sharing more of the familiar tunes to everybody.
Hmm.
It's going to be mostly jazz in style, and I'm sure you will recognize many tunes. If I were to give you a few names, My Funny Valentines,
Hmm.
Amanda McBroom's The Rose, and like I know Alt Sisters will be singing Nightingale sang in Berkeley Square, and many more. So once you listen to it, you'll recognize it too. It might not be the exact same arrangement,
Hmm.
but you will recognize all these tunes that you will see at the concert. Within these jazz tunes, I'm also excited to perform one of the most popular Chinese tunes that everybody knows. It's like a national song and loves called The Moon Represent My Heart.
Hmm.
Um, it's not jazz, but it will be sung in Chinese. And I love the fact that we included something that's a bit different as well. So I'm looking forward to singing and getting feedback from the audience.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I love the piano arrangements that Hannah will be playing on the piano. There are a lot of jazz tunes, but these two arrangements that you will hear, it's My Funny Valentines and Love Theme from by Ennio Morricone. You're gonna absolutely love it. It's gorgeous arrangements.
Hmm. Now, the Chinese song are like a lot of the choir members I know are not Chinese. They
Hmm.
singing that song in Chinese?
Yeah, we'll be singing in Chinese. And it's actually, I don't know much about Chinese, but it's got a beautiful vowels and it's so easy to sing. It's not
Okay.
like German, everything's all consonant. It's like singing in French. The vowels are really it really helps to enhance the choral tune, choral vowels, choral sound. So I'm looking forward to it. It's not hard and there are so many pronunciation guides on YouTube nowadays. And because it's like a national love song
Hmm.
that everybody knows, you can simplify 100 yeah, YouTube videos on how to sing and how
Okay.
to pronounce them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know I've heard it many times, so yes,
it's a beautiful
um,
song.
it's
Yeah,
a beautiful song. Even if you don't know the words, it's a beautiful song.
yeah.
Okay. Now, you do have the Alt Sisters Jazz Trio, and
Mhm.
someone has told me that they're friends of yours. You know them well?
Oh, well, I don't know all three of them, but
Okay.
actually one of the three, because they're siblings, right? They're
Okay.
sisters,
Hmm.
Amanda, Alicia, and Alana Alt. And Alicia Alt actually studied at Eastman when I was studying conducting at Eastman as well. Beautiful soprano from Toronto. Yeah, and I absolutely love her voice. She came back to Toronto, and I didn't know her siblings were musical as well. I know one of her sisters is going to law school, so it's a very talented
Hmm.
family.
Hmm.
And they've been like there are the vocal jazz trio in
Okay.
Toronto, and they're performing everywhere, international jazz festivals all across Canada. Yeah, they're very busy, and we were lucky that we were able to get them to perform with us on February 9th. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
I
Very
found
nice.
out that they're also featured on Vision TV hit show, Your All-Time Classic Hit Parade. It's sixth season. And they also have they released three albums, and one of them is reached number one album on iTunes Jazz charts. So yeah, they're pretty big. They're
Wow.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Okay. So this event is happening in the Plaza Suite at the Richmond Hill Center for Performing Arts, one of my
Mhm.
favorite spaces. It's not just a concert. The doors open at 7. There's cocktails and appetizers, silent auction, some really good socializing,
Mhm.
and the concert starts at 8. Now, are you going to be there at 7, between 7 and 8 for people to talk to?
Of course.
Okay. Okay.
We're
I was
actually going to
hoping
be
you.
there around
Uh,
5 to start setting up.
okay. Okay. So I
Because
just
of course,
thought
as
people.
you said, there will be some food, appetizers, and yeah,
Yeah.
a
Okay.
family.
I was hoping that people could talk to you and you could talk to people
I
as
would
well. And,
love to meet people.
yeah. Good. Okay. And is there an intermission?
Yes.
Okay.
So as you said, it starts at 7 o'clock. The musical part does not start until 8.
Okay.
So we are hoping that people will come at 7, have some appetizers and cocktails and enjoy socializing, meeting people and choristers and myself. There'll be
Hmm.
silent auction. It's more like a cabaret style, relax. I want them to have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's gonna be 7 to 8, going to be just, yeah, socializing, eating, talking, mingling. And then at 8 o'clock, we are going to start the music portion, which has poetry reading, choir performing, small ensemble, and jazz trio and piano music. So,
Ooh.
and there will be intermission between
There-
8 to 9, because mainly to announce the auction winners,
mhm.
and also to give a little bit of break
Yeah,
for the performance and
definitely.
that change as well. Yep.
And you could go get another glass of wine if you'd like.
Yeah, of
So,
course.
yeah.
I don't think
Yes.
I can, but
Already got you. No.
anybody who come to hear us can.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay. Now, um, I want to talk about music generally, the power of music. I have been really fortunate to do a number of podcasts with music directors, performers, and I've heard some really interesting responses to my inquiry as how they see the impact of music, both for the performer and the audience. What are
Mhm.
your thoughts on that? What really is the power of music?
Um, well, first of all, because I'm a music educator as well, I talk about all these amazing benefits of music and power of music to teenagers and younger audiences. And I almost believe in music education or music religiously, because I know how important it is and how we all need it in our lives. I mean, starting with scientifically proven that creating music engages entire brain, especially the reason in charge of visual, auditory, motor control, and it impacts our emotional and behavior growth and well-being as well. Um, it's just amazing what music can do, and I cannot imagine this world without music, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And but after all, I love the part of music that brings people together and the community together. It can simply start from children learning to collaborate and listen to each other and make one sound, to all these community choir and professional ensemble try to make one music and tell the story to the audience. And through that experience, we hope to heal the audience and bring a positive impact um, to the audience. So I love the power of music that brings people together and community together, and building that sense of belonging and togetherness. Just because, and especially nowadays more than any other times, because with all these crazy things going on, I think we need this kind of belonging and togetherness and sense of community more than any other times. So yeah, and it touches and heals the lives of ours as a performers, but also the others as a listeners in the audience as well. Yeah, for the joy, for the well-being, it's good and healthy.
Very good. Well said. You're very convincing in your
As I
the
said, I
idea.
believe it religiously.
You do, and thank you for that.
Yeah.
Okay. What type of person who's really going to enjoy this concert on February 9th?
This concert, okay. Well, you know what? Anybody and
Mhm.
everybody.
Okay.
Who would you know what? Anybody and everybody will enjoy the concert. You don't have to be choral music lover, classical music lover. If you just want to come out and simply listen to good music, meet people, get in the mood of Valentine's Day with romantic music and appetizers, please come out.
Okay. Well said. So
Yeah.
drag your significant other, or just a
Yes.
friend, your neighbor. Just come out and enjoy yourself. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else that you wanted to add, Jennifer?
Well, as I said, we all need good music in our lives.
Mhm.
And it's going to keep you happy and healthy. And as a member of Chorus York, we are grateful that we can contribute, bringing our community together through music. We feel, yeah, blessed.
Yeah.
And so come and check out our event on February 9th and don't miss out the opportunity.
Okay. Very good. Okay. I do end this podcast, all podcasts, with the guest's response to this same question.
Mhm.
Name one thing you really like about this community.
Well, there are many things I love about this community, but of all, I really love the people and the connection I get to make meeting these people in the community. It can be old and new, all of it from all of the places now living in this community together. I feel like we actually share very similar values and interests, and we respect one another. And I'm sure music has played an important role in uniting all these different people and cultures, but I feel very welcomed and cared and respected and connected. And so, therefore, I feel very safe in this community. So, yeah, I love the people.
People. Okay, that's a very nice response. Okay, so I will add to the podcast notes the website so you can find that and get tickets.
Yes.
And again, thank you, Jennifer, for taking the time to do this podcast. I've so enjoyed hearing from you, your descriptions of the power of music to make us all happy and come together. Such a positive message. So again, thank you very much, Jennifer.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for listening. I would very much appreciate you sharing this podcast. Please tune in next week as we continue to explore the community. Consider emailing me at Marj, M-A-R-J, at marjandre.com. I welcome suggestions for podcast guests. Stay well, stay connected.